Hit a menu thingy. Here we go. Here's your wheel. They're all in a row. They are all in a row. Okay.
Well, that's where they're going.
You're going.
Greetings and welcome to the Planetary Persuader. I'm your host, KozMcKev. This is for February 28th, 2020. And since this is a leap year, tomorrow is February 29th. Woohoo! 2020. Right now we're looking at, in the Western Zodiac, Moon in Taurus, Sun in Pisces. And we've got a lot of planets in Capricorn: Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and Mars. And I mean, the South Node's about to move into place there too. So, you know, the crisis is the Earth. What's going on with the Earth? What's going on with the planet as far as our use of it and its limits? Because Capricorn and Saturn's about limits. And so we are focused on that this week. Now, Sun's in Pisces. Pisces is, the final sign of the zodiac. It's where we're releasing all our accumulated stuff. We think of the 12th house as the house of losses in some ways, the house of our own undoing, but it's also kind of a reaping of karma. And it's the death before life. And so some of that energy is present. Now, I mean, in the sidereal zodiac, Venus is still in Pisces, and it's exalted. And so in the sidereal zodiac, we'd say, like, this is a really creative time, good time to be in love, but it's also a time when in the tropical zodiac, it's Venus and Aries, so it's like a new start to love, is another way of looking at it, that people are being more direct about how to love, who to love, and we're going to just hit it up, starting with you, Aries, as we go through this sign by sign on this week's episode of the Planetary Persuader. So, greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. So Venus in the first house gives you more opportunities for love. And Mercury retrogrades in the 12th house. So Mercury in the 12th house is not doing anyone any favors. Now, when Mercury's retrograde in Pisces, they actually say you can actually do really good thinking, because Mercury's debilitated in Pisces. And so, but when it's retrograde, it kind of acts as like an opposite force. Like, it becomes almost like Virgo-like exalted. It's like, okay, let's analyze this whole situation and see what's really going on. So it can be a good thing. We don't have to look at it as necessarily negative. Mars in Capricorn, all this stellium in Capricorn, all this stellium's in your 10th house. This is career house. So everything to deal with, you're working out your public karma. You're working out how to get along with people in public, how to express yourself publicly. That's coming on this week too. And it could be a new job. It could be a new career opportunity for you on the mundane level. It also could be you publicly showing some of the skills and talents that you have cultivated. I think that's a good thing. Oh God. I gotta take it. Hang on. No, I don't. I will respond later. Anyhow, we've got ourselves a situation where your talents are needed, but also this is the closing of your celestial year. So you have to be careful, and you don't want to jump to any conclusions. And that seems to be a lot of what people do these days. They jump to conclusions, and they're going to shame somebody. Oh, because you're this or you're that, and it's generalizations to make themselves sound smart. Generalizations generally cause problems. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, there's nothing general about you. I consider you more of a corporal. And if you don't want to hear about it, we'll just say you're private. But seriously, this week is a week about engaging socially, but it's also about increasing your spiritual knowledge, higher education, because there's a stellium in Capricorn that's in your 9th house. That is one of the luckiest houses in the zodiac. Plus, the moon's in your 1st house today. So here at Pacific Standard Time, you're doing this, and everybody next week's going to have to spring forward or whatever, because that daylight torture time begins. But meanwhile, Venus is in the 12th house for you, and that's pleasures of the bed. It's also a house where you feel a little more isolated and you're not really sure. Now, if you've got somebody really nice to be isolated with, this could be great. And if there's a gal at the office that wants your job, this may not be so good. Yeah, the karma of love and caring. It's taken on something different right now. It's learning to express itself in a different way. Now, if you listen to the wisdom of your guru and your teacher and realize, like, if you help other people right now, every good act you do gets multiplied, and it's going to increase your karma to do good. So giving to a charitable cause, helping children, giving to your favorite political candidate, I don't know. I mean, I get it. I think if you're living in the United States of America, you're in for some unfortunate surprises. Super corrupt system that favors rich people. Am I lying? Well, I think we have a consensus here. If I was good at lying, I'd be running for office. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Yeah, it's Mercury retrograde. I know you hate it. How's it affecting you? Well, it's affecting you mostly in the workplace because Mercury's been in Pisces this time. That's your 10th house. That's where this little action thing has been going down. And then you've been going through so much transformation, so much deep hurt, and it's way not easy. You don't get appropriate closure necessarily. It's like death, because 8th house is death. Could be sex, could be other people's property. Occult studies, things like KozMcKev's Planetary Persuader. Yeah, it fits right in. Now, here's the key. Let other people help you. Once you let other people help you, you'll find yourself getting the help you need. And that's a beautiful thing, because you're going to be, by allowing other people to help you, it actually elevates their karma. So for those of you who think it's, you don't help the poor, they're just lazy bums, and they're going to stay that way forever, that judgment is actually hindering your good karma. Because helping people, even if they don't do the right thing with it, never hurts you. That's their karma. That's not your karma. If your karma was helping, you're helping and you're doing something good, and you will be rewarded for that. That is just plain and simple truth. This is how it works. Socializing, you're meeting fun people. This is a good thing. But yeah, you're struggling economically, spiritually, and it's okay, because you're going to come out better. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So, you have big partnership issues or needs right now. Some of those needs might translate into contracts, they might translate into careers, but definitely this is a time when you are either wanting to be loved or wanting to be left alone. And what I see is that in relationships, there's a lot of heavy hitters that are causing conflict. Now, on the plus column, there's Jupiter. So, it's like the couple that prays together stays together. You put God first. I just saw this beautiful couple. I mean, they were, Christians. I think they started out Methodist and they became something else. I don't really care about, what kind of label you have to your spirituality. But they have been together for like 52 years anyhow. And they were thriving and they seemed beautifully happy. And I think it's because they never saw themselves as individuals in conflict with each other. They saw the relationship as a precious entity and that they were always working on a team to improve that relationship. What a beautiful thing. So Cancer, for you, this is what I'm saying. It's like if you're in a relationship, try and bring it to that place where you're a team together working on it. And beautiful magic is going to happen. And you're getting more opportunities to be creative in the workplace right now. And you have a unique take on things. And you're very motivated. And you're willing to go further. Further. Greetings, Leo. And welcome to your horoscope. So, this is a time when you can expect personal transformation, And, I mean, it's not going to be quite as intense as what Gemini is going through, but some of that. Right now, most of these Capricorn planets are in your 6th house, so it's like you've got long-standing health issues that you are working on and you want to make improvements with. And some things are going to change by having a better diet, better sleep habits, there's very few healthy people that stay up really late at night and do all the midnight shifts. I mean, there's a time period for your body between like 10 at night and 6 in the morning that your organs actually regenerate. So if you're up in those times, it's a little harder on the body. And we've got Mercury, Neptune, Sun in the 8th house. That's transformation. We've got all the Capricorn stuff in the 6th house. These are both Dusthana houses. They're harder houses they cause difficulties in some ways. Even the North Node and the 12th house. I mean, 12th house, the Dusthana houses, they actually help with the more malefic planets like Saturn, Mars, and Rahu, Ketu, the North Node, South Node. So, I mean, it could be worse, for sure. But it's also, you're dealing with really hard stuff, and you need to give yourself a break, give yourself self-compassion, some love, some empathy, and things get better. Yes, they do. Well, hello, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. Right, we got a Mercury retrograde alert. Where is it? It's in your 7th house, a relationship. Oh, does she want to or doesn't she? Does he want to or doesn't he? And it's like, these things are tricky because it's like, oh, do I want to go down into that slippery pit? It feels so good, but, maybe I need to get out before it does, And it can be a challenge. And so self-love and personal happiness, that is the place to begin with all relationships. All these Capricorn planets in your 5th house is sort of like in your happy place. And so all these grahas, all these grabbers of energy are saying, what is going on with your heart? What is going on with your creative expression? What is going on with your children? What is going on with your ability to educate others and educate yourself? This is ground zero for Virgo right now. And there's going to be some negotiation. There is going to be some sweetness. It's just going to be, take your time. Don't expect any quick fixes with this, Mercury's going to go direct. And when it does, I imagine you're going to be in a much happier space than you are right now. But let's see, where is this direct date and time here? Okay, so we have Mercury going direct. Why don't they make these? They don't make this very easy, do they? It says the 10th. Okay, Tuesday, the 10th. We're going to have Mercury go direct. Well, that is comforting. So I thought it was the 9th, but they're saying it's the 10th. I thought it might even be the 8th, but they're saying it's the 10th. Okay. And it says here it's the 9th, Monday the 9th at 8:49 p.m. Okay, that is when Mercury goes direct. We've solved the problem, Virgo. And meanwhile, you're having a lot of fun. You're being generous. Good fortune is on you. It's a good weekend for travel. This is a good weekend to gain the guru's blessing. All right. Well, greetings, Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. So, right now is, the Mercury retrograde thing is probably affecting you. It's in the 6th house, so this could be affecting your health. And, everybody wants to have good health. I want to have good health. I want you to have good health. Your mother wants you to have good health. Brush your teeth, say your prayers before you go to bed. The gratitude practice really helps too. Just like, what was I grateful for today? So many things. And, well, one of the great things about being an astrologer is when you know somebody's birthday, even if they don't want to tell you stuff about them and the secrets, once you know that, oh man, you know a lot about them immediately. And what I'd say is that the love life is good for Libra, and that you are going through some personal transformation this weekend. It's not going to, it might be shocking, surprising. You're working on health issues too, but really you're finding personal happiness, maybe home renovation, working on your home, working on your car, your fixed assets because of the stellium in Capricorn. That's a lot of what's going on. And if you have parents that are older, you're caring for them or caring about them, or maybe you're doing research into genealogy, where did I come from? And now with DNA testing, oh, it's so exciting. It gets people all excited on the Maury show, people pointing fingers and acting like apes and woo woo woo. People go ape over that. No offense to apes now, Oh my God, he's discriminating against apes. This is the kind of world I live in now. It's like everything's like trigger alert. Everything's like greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. This is generally a happy time for you. Pisces, a water sign, occupies your 5th house. House of opening up the heart, opening up the love chakra, that vibration. It's sort of a romantic weekend because the moon's in Taurus. It's an exalted moon. It's opposite Scorpio, so it's in the 7th house. It's in Dristi, and it's like Scorpio. She or he wants to love you big time, and this could be really pleasant. Why not engage in pleasant love? It's fun. And it can be exciting, and it's also like a good time for you to get new outfits, some nice clothes, dress up, get ready for that springtime feeling. And the Capricorn thing is like all in the 3rd house. This is your siblings, this is your close friends, people you've known since high school, college, maybe before, your neighbors, taking short trips, investigating the outside world. All of these things are going to be helpful. Yes, indeedy. Let's go next. That was enough. That's enough for you. All right. I didn't talk about Mercury retrograde. Well, it can be, perfect your art project again. Greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. And what can I say? So we've got Jupiter. Jupiter's doing its thing in Capricorn right now. So that's your 2nd house, which is a house of values, money, throat chakra, the mouth, and voice, and and there's a stellium there. So a lot of issues dealing with money, being heard, family members wanting to get in on your stuff. That's also a part of the second house. And you're kind of like, you desire just, oh, I want this whole thing to change. I do not want to be stuck here. And things you learned as a child, between 7 and 14, I mean, those things are going to be big too. Those are going to be coming up. And Pisces, the other Jupiter-ruled sign, that occupies your fourth house. Fourth house is family, or roots, where we came from. It's also older adults in the household and how to honor them, respect them, to find out what your heritage was, where your people came from, Because if you don't know where you've been, you really don't know where you're going. And I think that's a good thing to keep in mind. Also, your love life is going good. Venus in Aries, it kind of opens up the heart. And you're just having fun. Love should be like play. And if you have daughters, your female children are also really important right now to look at them, what's going on in their life, and show support for them. And this weekend, it might be just, you might have to work or do some fix-it, organization, service stuff, taxes. You got it. That kind of thing. All right. Oh, yeah. The Kali is burning. Okay. So, greetings, Capricorn. And welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, even though it's Pisces time of year, which rules your third house, so that's about friends and siblings and neighbors and poetry and working with your hands and finding a way to make sense of everything. That's right here on you, with you. And it gives you courage. The third house also is a place where you find courage. So if you've been timid about things, this is where you can get your groove back on and make things better. And let's face it, you've got Mars in the first house. I mean, Mars in Capricorn is exalted Mars, people. Exalted Mars rocks, okay? And so you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done like no one else can right now. And Capricorn issues are all about it right now. It's all about, banks and business and politics and, the nuts and bolts of the machine. And Capricorn is kind of like that, nuts and bolts of the machine. And how are we moving forward with ecology? How are we moving forward with the Earth? How are we dealing with transformation when we have a planet that's been under threat and under siege, where we had a decade called the 1970s, where we were working on this type of things, and suddenly we had very poor leadership that came into office in 1981 that said, I want to destroy the planet for rich people. It worked. I shouldn't be laughing. I know it's not funny. There's people that don't know how to laugh at that. Some people laugh at wrong things that cause a lot of tension. It relieves tension to laugh. Some people can't laugh. Nothing's funny anymore. It's 2020. And, some people want to give the whole world a politically correct wedgie. It's like, what crawled up there? Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know you do. It's your key phrases, I know. So here we are in Mercury retrograde land. So, I mean, I'm sure since Mercury's in your second house, you've already said things you've regretted, sort of. People don't understand. But, we're very unsophisticated as people, and we don't really know that, for the most part, that real change in others is when you meet them in the heart. Not meeting them by shaming them or correcting them or punishing them, but you meet them in the heart. So you're feeling this way about this. Why? Ask questions. Don't just assume and attack. Assume and attack. This is what we do. We assume and we attack. we're better people, we're strong, we're protected now. No, you're not. You're crazy is what you are, and nobody wants to hang out with you because we know that you can get triggered easily, and you maybe you pride yourself in thinking you're a badass, but this is ridiculous. And I mean, Aquarius, you have to watch your back right now. There is a bunch of karma. You've got all these planets in the 12th house. That's a house of loss and stuff. So not only Saturn, but Pluto's there, and Mars is there, and Jupiter's there, kind of blowing up the whole thing, and the South Node is there, saying this is karma from the karma pit, man. And so you got to work with that. But Pisces allows you this opportunity to financially improve your life, make a little money. I mean, be really careful right now with Mercury retrograde and Neptune being there too, with scams and, you know, what looks like an oasis turns out to be a mirage. You know, this is not a time to buy timeshares or maybe Bitcoin or any other kind of investment. You know, maybe modest investments might be good, but I'd be really careful right now because it will not necessarily turn out the way you want. This is a good weekend to stay at home, relax. Okay, I said my piece. Now I go to my good friend Pisces. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. I am so glad you are here viewing, watching this. I'm trying to imagine my Pisces friends out there. I want to say their names, but I'm afraid to because I'm thinking one of them might not be watching, or one of them could be watching and said, "Why didn't you mention my name? I was watching. I'm a Pisces." And I'm like, yeah, I get that. Okay. So you've got this kind of fluidity of spirituality, and you've got this sort of plethora of ideas in your head that you're going back and forth with this Mercury retrograde. Kind of describe it. And now there's all these planets in Capricorn. That's your 11th house, social life. So actually there could be some money coming your way. Really? Yeah. And there's helpful friends. There's like older people with good information and stuff, and they're helping you. And they've got a lot of information, but the social life and all these people things, you know, it's complicated, and it takes a lot of your attention right now. But this weekend is a very nice weekend for taking a short trip, reconnecting with siblings, reconnecting with old friends. There's energy for that, and I also think that, you know, you've got a real creative purpose right now. You're sort of driven to complete projects creatively. Because the nodal axis is going to shift, and you're not going to get the same drive that you have right now for it. So, highly recommend this. You people have been wonderful. You sat through this. Thank you. I want to do this again next week. It's KozMcKev, Planetary Persuader, and you know, just wrapping things up this week. We'll just say that we are in a waxing moon cycle. We had a new moon on the 23rd. We've had Mercury retrograde since the 16th, not going direct till the 9th of March. And we've got a lot of Capricorn action right now as far as the planets, even though it's Pisces time. So when you're doing something solid, move slowly, move efficiently, move with caution, and move with a sense of grace and wanting to establish something real in your life. Be sure to share this video, like it, subscribe to the video, tell a friend. I love hearing your comments. Keep it coming. KozMcKev, Planetary Persuader. We'll do this again next week.